Good morning, Dr. CARBAJO. Are you hearing us?
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. This is Dr. PEHLİVAN. We are chairing this session with Dr. TÜRKÇAPAR. We are looking forward to hear your presentation about why is one anastomosis gastric bypass. Why we are doing one anastomosis gastric bypass after weight reductivism. Please, Dr. CARBAJO.
Good morning for everybody. Congratulations for the Congress. I'm very sorry for cannot stay with you in this moment in Antalya due to the recommendation of the Ministry of Foreign Office in Spain about the war, as you can see. It's a pity, but I will try to explain my presentation and hope we will correct it. So this conference is about the global game and how it's this technique OECD is applied for to avoid this kind of problems after bariatrik. So in fact, provisional surgery is our no-weight quality, increasing and increasing constantly. And I think that conversion surgery represents, in fact, an absolutely failure of the previous surgery. But my question is, why the way is the way? This is a main question. But there are a lot of questions in relationship with that. Because these people that colleagues that explain the problem is the patient. I think the problem is not the patient. The surgeon, it's possible, but I am sure. But always, the problem is the offer, always the solution, it's surgical option. I have a lot of tools in this question. And from different techniques, there are a lot. But I think in relation with the weight brain, the best option is prevention. But for prevention, it's necessary to add the much appreciated. All of these you can see sleeve, Gastrik 1, Gastrik sleeve, vertical, wide, endoscopic now, but in the last time, endoscopic Gastrik sleeve, Gastrik Pikachu. All the prosthetic surgeries will be the maximum possibility for good. Reason why is So in this another video, this is a sleeve to one anastomosis. Gastric bypass this is more easy procedure. It's very common, as you can see, the converted sleeve. In this case, inside to the stomach. And another procedure the band. Band, fortunately, I think the number of the band it's lower with the time, and it's possible this procedure disappear in the next time. But the problem here, as you can see, this is remove the band, and it's in discussion if the remove in one time or in second time. Actually, we remove in the same time, but adhesion here in occasion is hard, and also it's possible to find the stomach including into the liver. And this is the measure of the intestinal length is also the same, 60%, but 40% of common limb. This is the cutting of the stomach, and performing here the junction between the stomach and the small bowel, and this is the control. So. As I comment, 60% of pilopancreatic and 40% of common limb, and this is the anti-reflux mechanism. So in conclusion, the problem is the follow-up, as I commented before, and this is our series in OSGB. About 20 years of follow-up, it maintained about 60% of excess weight loss. But I think about 10 years practically is the same. It's very difficult to find after 10 years failure in weight loss, but it's possible to find between 5 to 10 years. And this is, in my opinion, that this is the best option for not only to avoid the weight regain, but also for to control weight regain of overweight in another procedure and failure of another procedure. So until now, we have demonstrated that long-term in excess weight loss and excess BMI control is better than Roux-en-Y and sleeve gastrectomy, according with the European Accreditation Council of Bariatric Surgery, according with the big data that is including in the European data, and two IFSO statements. So, long-term diabetes type 2 and dyslipidemia, hypertension control, it is very good. And also is due that long-term change in the intestinal mucosa, increasing intestinal GLUT1 and increase the incretins hormones. And this is an adaptable and reproducible surgery, either metabolic or overweight. The time operative is relatively short. The perioperative complication rate is very low, very low. And this is only one surgery. It's not necessary to perform 2 steps, or 3 steps, but including in super obese or super obese. And we have an excellent results in long-term revisional surgery up to 70% BMI. That is true. That is necessary to have a very nutritional control, very good nutritional control. Because we are working with a hypoabsorptive procedure, and the nutritional control is absolutely mandatory almost during the first year, but mainly during the first and second year. Finally, that also why not to say this? It's necessary to conclude that there is not such a thing as the perfect procedure, but maybe we are close. I I think this is the last. Yeah. This is the technique of HGV as we perform. And as you can see, the pouch should be very, very long. For this is necessary to obtain a pouch to 20 centimeters. Is necessary to go down to the crowfoot near to the pylorus, about 2 centimeters near the pylorus. Building the anti-reflux valve, and this percentage, 60% biliopancreatic, 40% common limb, is not mandatory for all the patients, but I think is mandatory for weight regaining for patients that coming for converted to another procedure failure, and also in super obese, and also in any kind of patients with aggressive obesity, morbid aggressive obesity. But is the pain of the patients, the characteristics of the patient, mainly the age and metabolic items involved in the obesity in age patient. In this condition, we can change this percentage 60% to 50% or also 40% biliopancreatic and 60% of common limb is the pain of the experience of the surgeon and the possibility of the nutritional control after the surgery and also the condition of the patient. Yeah, this is the last. Thank you very much for your attention, and I think I hope that the translation in the screen appear good, and I don't know if there is question.
Dr. CARBAJO, thank you very much for your presentation. We hope to see you in our podium next time. As our founder, great leader, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk says, we hope peace in our country and peace in the world. We hope to see you in our podium next time. If you don't mind, I am going for the participants if they have questions. Sorumuz var mı acaba? Soru veya katkı var mı? I think this was an excellent presentation, so there is no question. Thank you very much. We hope to see you
Thank you.
again.
Thank you to you. Congratulations for the Congress.
There is one question, sorry. I will go for this question.
Thank you very much for your kind presentation. I want to ask that any metabolic consequences of your procedure, I mean, any absorption defects of electrolytes or other things, because you bypass 60% of the intestine.
Did you hear the question, Dr. CARBAJO?
Huh?
If you didn't, I can try to explain the question. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I understand this is about the 60% of biliopancreatic limb. It's true?
I'm asking that, is there any metabolic and electrolyte defect as a result of your procedure, because you bypass 60% of the small intestine and you remain only 40% of the small intestine as an absorptive surface?
Yeah. This is an important question, but I think in surgery of conversion, we need to convert it to another problem, another bariatric failure. It's necessary to know that the resistance of weight loss of this kind of patient is very high.
very high. It's difficult. Very difficult for when a previous procedure is failure to obtain good results after a new procedure. So I think for obtaining good results in a new procedure, it's mandatory practically to perform an high positive procedure. It's possible, if it's possible, OSGB or duodenal switch, but duodenal switch is more complex and have more complication intraoperatively and postoperatively. So, in my opinion, I think the OSGB is the best option for weight regain and failure in another procedure that have weight regain on the time. Why 60%? This was our experience, and this is published. This is our experience with our patient. In one of our studies, we collected near to 40 to 400 patients and performed a study, measure the different lengths in common and biliopancreatic, and study the results 5 years after surgery. So in long term, the percentage that obtain a weight loss about 25 BMI was the ratio between 60% and 40%. But always it's necessary to measure the total small bowel, because the problem in the human is there is a lot of difference. There is not, as you can see, there is not similar measure in similar patients. So the difference between one and another, it is very big. And so, in our experience, in our study, the measure was 5 meters, but on the extremes was 3 meters in the low measured patient, and 8 meters on contrariously. So between this difference, 3 meters to 8 meters, the middle, this is placed in 5. So if you find one patient with short small bowel, it's necessary to adapt it to this item. But if the patient have a very long small bowel, it's different. For this is I think this is very important to calculate in percentage, but not in fixed limbs. I think fixed limbs is an error. It's an error due to the great variability of the small bowel measure. I think we should avoid the fixed limbs, and it's necessary to measure the total intestinal length and to working with percentage. And this percentage, in my experience, is 60% in this kind of patient, and mainly in converted surgery. Also in super obese or in very aggressive kind of obesity. But you can change. You can change if your patient is different, because because this is the kind of patient for European countries, and it's calculated in private patients with a level of income medium height, and with possibility to access to vitamins and minerals practically per life. This is a kind of patient that we found in our media, but it's possible in other countries. The characteristics of the patient are different. In this occasion, for example, in Latin America, that I have a lot of experience with a lot of people that perform this procedure in these countries with indigenous population, for example, it's necessary to change the length of the limbs because the characteristics, nutritional characteristics of this patient are different, and the access to protein and access to supplements or vitamins is not possible. So for this, it's necessary to have variability in this item, and problems of hyperabsorption is possible to find mainly in the first year postoperatively. First year, it also is possible to find in second year, but mainly in the first year. So for this, in the first year, it's necessary follow up very strictly and with nutritional control for to avoid this kind of problem.
Thank you very much.
We had any kind of patients of this, but controlled by without no need to intervention or no need to to apply surgical items. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. CARBAJO. Hope to see you again in our country. Thank you.
Thank you too much. Have a good day.
Thank you.